Alright, 990 RPM is what the chart said to go on, so we're going to go ahead and go for it. We do have a shield, but I'm going to be safe. Boy, these carbide cutters are really kind of nice, and I'm getting the profile, so it's working. The lathe duplicator hollowing couldn't go deep enough, so finally came in the mail. Cheap one, made in China probably, but it should do the trick. So we're up to 900 RPM. And I know I'm not quite centered, but I'm just trying to get rid of the octagon shape on the inside to get it rounded as a rough setup, just for now. So, just FYI. I got some more to do right there. Let's see. Getting there. So let me go down just a little bit. I can feel right here. I've got quite a bit. Right in there. So. And I can just feel it on the lathe tool as I'm getting round on the inside, even though it is oblong shaped, but it is there. So I won't bore you with all this, but this is how I'm hollowing. And once I get it, where I can get this to go all the way down, I'll worry more about how centered I am. Oh yeah, I'm getting there. So I'm marking this as I go for the depth that I'm at, so that I can tell about where it needs to be rounded more. And then on my tool, for the very bottom, I put a piece of tape on here that'll show me, once I reach that part there, it'll show me that I'm getting real close to the final depth of the cut. See how that is there? Can you see? I hope so. So it gives me about a 1/2 inch of play to let me know once I get that deep in and I'm round all the way in, then I'll know I'm about maybe a little under a 1/2 inch more to go for the final depth. I was off center, so now I got to get this straight again. I didn't follow my own rule, and I removed it from the chuck, and then I couldn't get it back in. So we'll get her back round. Alright, YouTube. Well, we're almost there. Probably about another inch to go. It's hard to determine where you have to hollow this. So I use my calipers here and just run them along here. Watch the depth, or the width, the thickness, right there. So that I know where to work next. Right there. Okay. So we'll take our, bring this all back up. Just like that. And then we'll continue turning. And I keep moving my tape. So right about there is where it says. So that helps me get an idea when I'm going in where to start cutting. That's what I'm doing. It's working. Hey YouTube. I rubbed on some butcher block conditioner on this yesterday. Let it set overnight. Wiped off all the excess, and it doesn't feel oily at all now, which is good. So we get the insert in here. It's really nice and snug. So next I'll get some epoxy this in. It's really tight right up here, so we'll take a dead blow hammer when I get the epoxy in there to get this in really good and tight. And then I'm going to use some wipe-on high gloss polyurethane I think I'll put on top of it to seal it all up, make it more waterproof. And then I'm not sure what's going to happen on the bottom yet. I haven't made a decision. I did make it, I put 2 little grooves in here. I did want it to be a little wider of a stand to keep it from tipping over, because she had mentioned that she has knocked over her other cup, which is the same size as the standard size. So, okay, we keep on at it. Got several coats on here. Just using some steel wool and kind of smooth out that polyurethane. I'm using a rub-on polyurethane. Just keep on at this until we get a real nice finish. So I need this to be pretty waterproof. Thanks for watching. So I created my own trouble here. What I want to try to do is sand my bottom flat. So got a sanding disc hooked up, and we're just going to try to sand it off this way. Hopefully the pressure is against the jumbo jaws will eventually make this really good and flat. So I'm just going to go really slow. And as it gets closer, it'll be solid sound. So that'll get that straightened out. And then what we're going to do, once I get that all done, then what we're going to do is I'm going to put it back up. Good morning, YouTube. We're on the final stretch. Here's what we did on the bottom. Put some white oak in there. I was going to turn it and make it round. Then I realized this is so thin, it's so soft, I didn't want to take a chance. So what we have to do now, just get the bottom flat. And here's how I'm doing that. So I'm kind of going over and over here, just getting rid of some of the glue on the bottom, and then we'll put some polyurethane on the bottom here, and we'll be there. Oh, here, I'll do this. We'll get some epoxy. And so it wasn't an easy project, but it wasn't hard. A different wood would probably be nicer, because the redwood was really soft, but I really liked the looks of it too. So, you know, it worked out. Hey YouTube, got another project finished. A little bit of work, a little dead blowing, but here we go. Here's the finished cup. It did take a little while to get it done. I really liked the redwood. It came out like I was hoping. I used a 5-minute epoxy up here to epoxy this in place. Not sure yet about making sure that it's watertight up here. It's pretty darn tight, so maybe maybe a little bead of polyurethane along there. I'm not really sure yet, but it's done. So now the big surprise will be I'll make her a latte and put it in there before she sees it completed. But yeah, so that was a fun project. Level of difficulty, a harder wood would work a lot better on the lathe. So that was the only difficult part, was doing the lathe work and making sure that I didn't blow this out, because it's only maybe an 1/8 inch thick all the way down, pretty darn light. So, and then she wanted it so it wouldn't tip over. I had to shorten this. I had a little bit thicker, but then it chipped out on me, and I was really kind of bummed. But actually, now that I look at it, at this short distance here, it's there's the camera. It worked out a lot better. I think it looks more elegant. You know me and my words, right? Well, anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see what we're going to do next. I'm sure I'll find something fun to do.